Hi, good morning. It's Dr. Brenda Eshin Shoshana back with another little talk on simple solutions in a complex world. And I really want to thank you for your wonderful comments and for listening, for being here. It's a pleasure to talk with you. It's really a great pleasure. So today I have something to talk about, as every day, but this is about the feeling. Many of us are so nervous or worried about what's going to happen, what isn't going to happen, how will it affect me, my family, my friends, on and on, the country, the city. There's just a general feeling as if we're pretty helpless with not much. What can we do? We do our best, but what can we do? We don't realize the treasure that we are, what the resources that we have. There's a saying in Zen, open your treasure house. And we all have and are that treasure house. It's just that we don't know it. We don't realize it. We might think it, but we don't really experience it, believe it deeply, or know it. There's many ways of knowing something. We can know something through our mind. We think it's an idea, it's a conversation, it's a wish. Then we know things in our bones. We know that we know. It's become part of us. Just that way we know that if that gravity works. If we go out and we drop something on the floor, it's going to fall. We know that. We've experienced it so many times. It becomes part of the way we navigate our lives. There are truths through which we navigate our lives because we've had that experience again and again. However, very big however, some of these truths are just the result of constantly, repetitively experience something again and again. Like somebody might experience very painful relationships, and then they grow to believe, well, that's my law of gravity. It's going to happen again and again. Doesn't have to. It's not the ultimate truth. It's the truth of what's been going on in your life, yes, but there's a bigger truth, a bigger reality that we need to actually know and experience in order to break through that limitation, that painful situation. Once we know who we really are, we know what our treasures are. Once we begin to do that, we can break through many feelings of despair, of hopelessness, of helplessness, because that is more or less a learned response from our daily life, or it's an image that we've chosen to accept. Not much you can do. What can you do? Nothing much. The truth, the deeper truth is that we can do everything. There's nothing missing in us, nothing. We have enormous ability to make this world a really beautiful place and make our lives a beautiful place, despite the way it looks, despite the so-called witches and goblins all around. I'm thinking of Halloween a couple of days ago, and in the lobby of my building, all kinds of scary figures. But underneath that, all the children go to get candy, something sweet. Put up the witches and goblins and we take them down. The lobby is clear now. Some candy still left. Open your treasure house. We seek that comfort, the treasure elsewhere all the time. Somewhere else, in somebody else, in a different location, in a different profession. Where is our comfort and safety? Where we know deep down, all of us, that this life can be very beautiful and very meaningful. There's no need to be divided in this way. There really isn't, except that we haven't yet opened our treasure house. Not yet, but it's inevitable that we will. When there's too much discomfort, when running all around looking for comfort doesn't work, We sit still a little while and realize we have whatever we need within. We are whatever we need. Let's find it. And how do you find it? By living it, by doing it, by contacting it, and then taking action upon it. Very important part. Try it out. Try it out. We're here in this world to live, to interact, to try it out. So the first step in opening our treasure house, there are many, many steps, and I want to really pursue this because it was so badly needed now. The very first step is knowing that there's nothing missing right here, right home, not with me, not with you, not with anyone, nothing. This story, there's a story of an elephant, and from the time he was a little baby, he was chained. His foot was chained up so that he could be controlled and he could be trained in the way that his owner wanted to train him. So he was tied up as a child for a long time. And then as he became bigger and bigger and bigger, big elephant, strong, powerful, all he had to do was give his foot a good pull and that chain would be broken, but he didn't even imagine that it could be broken. His mind was still back in his childhood, in his early days. He hadn't realized the strength he had and what was possible now. We're all locking ourselves up in images of childhood. We're chained to something that could easily be released. So that's the first thing to understand, that this sense of anxiety or helplessness, it's just an echo of the past training, of the images we've accepted about who we are that are limited. But there's no limitation. There is nothing missing. We have what we need. We are what we need. That's step number one. And to try that out. How do you try it out? Well, don't listen to the messages that fear tells you. If you see someone and you want to say hello, which we talked about last time, take a step in the direction that you really want to go in. Take that step and see what happens next. This fear can really paralyze us and prevent us, like that elephant, from going or doing anything. Take a few simple steps first in the direction that you want to go in doing something that's meaningful to you. You don't have to take them aggressively. You don't have to take them defensively. You don't have to take this step. See, I told you so. It's not a fight. These steps are beautiful steps. Take them simply. If people get upset, in kindness, have kindness for others. Let people react the way they do. It's not about that. You take a few steps that are uplifting for you, and that will be uplifting for everyone who really comes in contact with you when you do it in a wholehearted, sincere, and loving way. We get caught like that elephant in anger, in conflicts with others, in wanting approval. If somebody says something bad, we flare up. Don't flare up. Let people say what they say. Focus on your steps that are for the good, for your good and for the good of others. So another little exercise in this process can be write down, to begin, write down some of the steps that you really want to take but haven't felt that you qualify, that you can, that you're able to do it yet, that you need help with. Just write it down and take a look at them and pick the simplest one of them. Just one, just start simple, everything simple, and do one. And do it every day and see what happens. And let me know. I love your little comments. It's very helpful for me, it's helpful for others. There are many kinds of little steps we want to take to break loose of those chains, which are not even chaining us. We only think they are because we don't realize the treasure house that we have within and the strength that we've grown into, all of us. So thank you very, very much for listening. We will continue this next time. And I wish you all a beautiful, peaceful week, a strong week, a happy week, and a week of claiming all the treasures that you are. Have a great day. Bye bye.